below, in the glare there stumbled a miner, fresh from the creeks, dog dirty and loaded for bear. Looked like a man with a foot in the grave, scarcely the strength of a louse. He tilted a poke of dust on the bar, coffered drinks for the house. None could place the stranger's face, though we searched ourselves for a clue. But we drank his health. Last to drink was Dangerous Dan McGrew. And a man that somehow just grip your eyes, hold them hard like a spell. Such was he. It looked to me like a man who'd lived in hell. With a face most hair and a dreary stare, a dog whose day is done. He watered the green stuff in his glass and dropped so one by one. I got to figuring who he was and wondering what he'd do. I turned my head and there watching him. The lady is known as Lou. Now his eyes went rubbering around the room and he seemed in kind of a daze. And lost that old piano fell in the way of his wandering gaze. Now the ragtime kid was having a drink and there was no one else on the stool. So the stranger stumbles across the room and he flops down there like a fool. The buckskin skirt that was glazed with dirt, he sat and I saw him sway. He touched the keys with his talon hands. God, but that man could play. Were you ever out in the great alone? The moon was awful clear and the icy mountains hem you in with that silence you most could hear. And only the howl of a timber wolf. You camped there in the cold, a half-dead world in the stark dead wood, clean mad for the muck called gold. Go on higher overhead, green, yellow, and red. Northern lights, swamp and bars. You've a hunch what the music meant. Hunger, night, and the stars. Hunger not in the belly kind that's banished with bacon and beans. Gnawing hunger of lonely men for home, all that it means. For a far side, far from the cares of the horse. Four walls, the roof above, oh so crammed full of cozy joy and crowned with a woman's love. A woman dearer than all the world and true as heaven is true. God, how ghastly she looked to her rouge. Ladies known as Lou. And then all of a sudden the music changed, so soft that you scarce could hear. But you felt that your life had been looted clean of it all. What hell, dear? Someone had stolen the woman you loved. Love was a devil's lie and your guts was gone. The best for you is to crawl away and die. But the crowning cry of a heart's despair. Truth is through and through. You can make a spread, Miss Harris, from Dangerous Dan McGrew. The music almost died away. Burst like a pent-up flood. It seemed to say, repay, repay. My eyes were blind with blood. The thought came back of an ancient wrong. Stung like a frozen lash. Lust awoke to kill. And music stopped with a crash. In music, the stranger turned, his eyes they burned the most peculiar way, and the buckskin shirt was glazed with dirt. He sat and I saw him sway, and his lips went into a kind of a grin. He spoke. His voice was calm. Boys, says he, you don't know me and none of you care a damn. But I want to state my words are straight. I'll bet my pope they're true. And one of you is a hound of hell. That one is Dan McGrew. I ducked my head and the lights went out. Two guns blazed in the dark. Woman screamed and the lights went up. Two men lay stiff and stark. Pitched on his head, pump full of lead, was Dangerous Dan McGrew. Well, the man from the creek lay clutched the breast of the lady is known as Lou. Simple facts of the case, guess I don't know. They say the stranger was crazed with hooch, not denying it so. I'm not so wisely lawyer guys, but strictly between us two. The lady that kissed him and